Welcome to Mindset Mastery Moments, the best growth mindset podcast recognized by Million Podcasts and ranked as a top mindset podcast by FeedSpot. We're proud to be in the top 1% on Listen Notes. Join Dr. Alisa Whyte as we explore powerful insights and strategies to elevate your mindset. Let's dive in.
Staying at a job you hate is costing you more than you realize. Hi, I'm Dr. Alisa Whyte, the number one mindset disruptor, global workforce life and business strategist, host of the Top 1% podcast, Mindset Mastery Moments, founder and CEO of Fulfillment Empowerment Network, and the co-founder of the global movement Mindset Mastery 360, where we believe mindset is the key to your success. I am passionate about seeing individuals connecting with their true values, core beliefs, and walking and living in a life of purpose in their life, career, and business, and creating abundance while they're here on earth. Let me be real with you. Too many people are dying slowly at their desk. They're clocking in, clocking out, and calling it a career. And here's what nobody wants to say out loud: staying at a job you hate is not loyalty, it is slow suicide. I'm not saying to quit your job today. Don't you run off from wherever you're watching or listening to this saying that Dr. Lisa says I'm dying at my job, so I need to quit. That is not what I'm saying. So don't go storming into your boss's office after watching this. What I'm saying is this: every day you stay stuck, you're paying a price that you can never get back. That is time, energy, and peace of mind. And today I'm going to break it down: the hidden cost of staying stuck, why the entrepreneurial mindset is your lifeline, and how you can start shifting now, even if you don't have a business yet. And yes, at the end, I'm going to give you a chance to connect with me in a private school community, because there's a conversation that's way too big and you can't have that one all alone. But first, let's pull the mask off this thing. Let's talk about the struggles that you have right now. Those struggles that I myself has endured, and in many cases, while I'm in the corporate world, still enduring. Look around. Companies are laying off thousands overnight. AI is automating jobs that people went to school for, paid thousands for more many of us still owe for, and thought we would be secure by having these degrees. We're dealing with a lot of toxic bosses because people are too scared to speak up. And let's not even talk about wages that can't keep up with rent and the cost of living or the price for eggs, gosh darn it. Some of you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You have been past the stage over and over. You've been also passed up for promotions. You've been carrying a whole team's workload with no recognition. You're showing up every day to an environment that drains the very life out of you. How do I know? Yes, like I said, I have been there. And here's the kicker: you justify it. You tell yourself it's just a job. But you know what? Just a job is stealing your joy, your sleep, your creativity, your health. Be honest. Have you ever sat in your car in the parking lot, hands on the steering wheel, praying for strength to walk through the doors? I've been there. Yeah, that's not just work stress. That is what I call slow debt of your dreams and ultimately just your passion for life. You lose more than a paycheck when you stay too long in a toxic job. You lose confidence. You lose vision. You stop believing you can do better. I've seen brilliant people, geniuses, shrink into shells of themselves because every day at work, they were told without words, "You're not enough." And my friend, that's the cost. You think saying safe, you think it's safe to be there because you get a paycheck? No, it's actually expensive. Inflation is going up, but your paycheck is not. And when you're too exhausted to work on your own vision, you lose out on building skills, income streams that could multiply. That's money lost forever. I'll put it like this: staying at a job you hate is like paying rent on a house that's crumbling while refusing to build your own. Stress is that silent killer. High blood pressure. Yes, you've gone to the doctor and they've given you blood pressure medicine. You're constantly with headaches, sleepless nights, depression, and you're like, why is she talking my story? Because I have been there. I've met people who literally develop illnesses from staying in environments that were toxic to their soul. No paycheck is worth your health, my friend. Like I said, I've been there. I remember a few years ago when my blood pressure was high. Actually, it was just a couple years ago. My blood pressure was high and I got prescribed blood pressure medicine. I was prescribed diabetic medicine because type 2 diabetes was full blown in my bloodstream. I also had high cholesterol medicine and I was stressed and I was fat and fatigued. Now, I'm not going to say that your job is to blame for all your medical problems, but I have a strong feeling that there's no way getting out the loop of being sick, tired, and fatigued and almost dead if you're in a job that you're stressed out over and over again. Yes, stress is a silent killer. And we need to fix that because if you're going to be alive for your kids or for whatever life you dream about, no paycheck is worth your health. Here's the biggest one: opportunity cost. Every year you stay, you're putting your dreams on layaway, and you're probably not saving up enough money to take it off a layaway. And let me tell you something about layaway. It feels safe until you realize you never actually went back to pick it up. Like I said, you can't pick it up. Dreams expire, energy shifts, time doesn't wait. So, what do we do with all this? The answer isn't always to quit tomorrow, quit now, or just walk and throw your hands up in the air and say, I'm done. The answer is to shift your mindset today, now, in this very moment. I don't care if you've never wanted to start a business. Thinking like an entrepreneur is about taking ownership of your life. It's about clarifying your vision and your courage to implement it, whether that's inside your job or outside of it. Entrepreneurs don't wait for permission. They don't settle for scraps. They see problems as opportunities. That mindset alone will make you show up today and tomorrow at your job very, very differently. I'll tell you my own story. At 17 years old, I could not find work. Nobody was hiring me in Guyana, South America. So I started my own literacy center. Why? Because I saw a problem and I decided to be the solution. That mindset carried me across continents in boardrooms and onto the platform that you're seeing me today. And let me tell you, every breakthrough I've had came after I said, I refuse to stay stuck. That's what I wanted for you when I started this conversation. And I'm saying not for tomorrow, but for today. Okay, let's make this practical. Here are 3 steps you can start today. I want to invite you to write down your vision beyond your job title. I don't care if you're an attorney or a surgeon or a nutritionist or a teacher, or you are the person that's picking up the garbage in your community and getting paid about $60 to $70,000. You too have a vision that is beyond that job title. So this vision is not who you are when you're at work. This vision is who you actually are. What do you see yourself building for yourself based on your vision? I want you to write that down. Then I want you, number 2, to identify one skill you could monetize or repurpose. You've got talent sitting dormant. There are things you like to do that you just never get to. It's time to wake them up. Then, number 3, get into a community that won't let you stay stuck. Get a mentor that won't let you stay stuck. Get you a coach that will guide you along the path of not staying stuck and building said vision. Here's the thing. Why did I say community? Isolation is the enemy of transformation. I'm going to repeat that again. Isolation is the enemy of transformation. So you're going to need people who remind you of what's possible, people who are busy doing, being, and getting their goals and dreams. I am talking unapologetic, don't care what time it is at night, isolating, even if it's an 80-hour work week, 20 hours for yourself so you can build your vision. That's what it's going to take for you to get out of the rut and the whole dysfunction of a job that you hate. Now, listen. Your job doesn't define your destiny. Your mindset does. And if you're ready to stop letting a 9 to 5 choke out your vision, then you need to join my school community. I am saying that unapologetically because I have done something really crazy to offer 1,000 entrepreneurs mentorship, coaching, training, and tools that will help them break free from a job they hate or being stuck with a business that is just not doing anything. Here's the thing. I dive deeper with you where I teach you the frameworks, where we connect and we build together. We are a community of builders, people who are done with being stuck and ready to move forward. Now, there's a link in the description wherever you're listening or watching this. And I'm inviting you to stop playing small. And of course, if this resonated with you, I ask you to go ahead, like this video, leave a comment, and let me know that you are getting up and shifting out of being stuck today. I want you to also share this video with someone who is struggling right now and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. I am Dr. Alisa Whyte, your number one mindset disruptor, and I will be coming back with frequent conversations around this. I'm ready to see you level up and get out from this job or a career that is causing you to feel stuck and overwhelmed. Until next time, I'm going to invite you to keep mastering your mindset. Think, speak, do, become. The way you think about yourself, your situation, and your circumstance is encouraging and empowering the words you use daily. So that mindset, you're going to need a shift and your words will shift. Use words that build and create because you are a master creator. So when you speak, you create your reality. Now, once you're creating with your thoughts and your words, it will create actions and habits and behaviors that are conducive to creating the life you say you want. And that's what I'm encouraging you today. Think, speak, do, and ultimately the last part is become, because your thoughts, your words, and your actions will determine the outcome in your life, who and what you receive in life, whether you're going to have a life of scarcity or a life of abundance, a life of peace or a life of joy, a life of questioning and wondering and feeling frustrated and being alone, or a life where you're in a community that's thriving and supporting you when your mama don't understand your vision, your husband is not clear why you want to do any of the things you say you dream about, or your children are just being a pain in the butt. Yes, in our school community that's called Dream Builders Think Tank, we will be right there with you to guide you along and support you, cheer for you, and ensure that you get to where you're going. Think, speak, to become. Again, I'm Dr. Alisa Whyte, your number one mindset disruptor, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye now.